Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today, once again, we're back at Cosmic Leech to review another Lloyd. This time we have Giganberg. He is a Buster class and has a very unique trait to me, at least to me. Well, not really unique, but you know, the gimmick stuff and that. So, what about him? Well, he is a Buster class capable of destroying tower from afar. Basically, in some maps even you can just stand in your tower and shooting back at the enemy tower. Yeah, sort of. Well, anyway, he's big and quite strong actually. So yeah, pretty much what I've been using up until now for destroying tower. If I want to, because I don't want to leave my tower anyway, usually. So let's go to my ship to talk about him a little bit more detail. So Giganberg, he is a Buster class, and I'm currently on level 26, which is on A grade. So his description says a breakthrough robot that has been classified into the Axis series. The battery on his back expands to create overwhelming firepower and a very effective firing range that will become the pride of all those who use it. It is feared among all its enemies under the alias of the Giant's Hammer. Well, pretty much like the Prussian tank destroyer, which is called the Stalin Hammer, but he is on an entire different level because he is like a self-propelled gun, unlike. Well, there's that. So let's talk about him in the customization. As I said, he is a Buster class. His armor currently on 412 on my level, with a stun resist of 71, which is a little bit higher than the last time I saw other Lloyds have. His main weapon has 64.4% and sub weapon of 62.8%, which is pretty average. His running speed is 6.59, which is quite slow. Flying speed is also 6.73, jump speed 4.29, and ascent speed, as always, 0.6. His boost cap on A grade is 10. Boost regen is 1.6 actually, but mine is kinda downgraded because I have some cartridge, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember, but there's that. Dash cost is 3.2, flight cost 3.55, jump cost is 4.25, and there's that. The jump cost is, yeah, this is just a pretty average because he is very slow anyway, so you don't really have to use it. His defense, he is weak to physical, which is minus 6%. So if a Panzer is if any physical weapon came into contact, he get additional damage from it. And he's strong against beam weapon, which has 10%, which is nice. And on to his equipment. First, his core. Shift action. Able to transform when used again. Able to transform when used again, returns to form before transformation. Gains adverse status effects. Unable to jump, perform dash action, and move speed down. After transformation, abilities and performance differ between transformations. So obviously it doesn't deal any damage and it doesn't have any vision because it's not it doesn't have any charge, but it has a high delay, I believe. And it also acts as a sub weapon, which deal physical damage. On C grade, you deal 17 to 21.7, and on S grade, you'll deal 18.1 to 29.1 damage. Doesn't have any range because it's similar to the Asuka's blast step. So you'll see it later. Its speed is 15, has a capacity of 2 on C grade, and when you upgrade it to the A grade, you'll have the capacity of 3, and it has 40,000 regen on C grade, and after you upgrade it to the S grade, you'll have 30,000 regen. Yeah. So what's next here? His arm. His arm has 2 Giganberg AMG, which is exclusive to him. You can put it on others. Well, yeah, you can put it on. You cannot put it on others. So it has -10 minus 0.1 boost regen for each of one of them. So yeah, this is the cause of his boost regen is decreased. But it's gonna be used for anti-air mostly. Most of his handheld weapon. Well, not really handheld one. These two because it's his arm. So sorry guys. So these two you have 2 of these and you can switch between of them if you want to. On C grade, you'll deal 3.5 to 4.5, and if you manage to upgrade it to the S grade, you can deal 3.6 to 5.9. Has a range of 43, which is pretty far. Speed of 20, capacity of 18, and a region of 2900. And then here's one of my favorite weaponry of him. Besides his shift actions, is Burp Cluster Bazooka. You can equip it on any other lights if you want to, but yeah, there's that. So on C grade, you can deal 10.2 to 13 damage. Yeah, sorry guys. And on S grade, you can deal 10.5 to 16.9. Has a range of 35, which is a lot shorter, but its purpose is to be a self-defense weapon. Has a speed of 36, capacity of 40, which is pretty high, and a region of 2000, which is pretty nice. So yeah, those are his equipments. So let's go to field practice. So here, wait, that was the clan stuff there. And this is very slow. Well, not really, not as slow as when he is transformed, but yeah. Oh, by the way, let's talk about her later if I manage to get her from the Garabon. So yeah, for now, let's go to the practice field. Let's go. Alright, here we are on the practice field. So we're not gonna talk about his surf action immediately because it's a gimmick type that will turn him into one of the auxiliary based robot. Yeah. So first, that his intro animation, winning animation is the same because it's a standard Lloyd. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can make a special one for him, but well, special animation is for the humanoid, the female humanoid, and his loose animation. So first, let's talk about her arms. You have two of them, as you can see there, and I believe it has a range of 45, if I'm not mistaken. Well, not really 45, but the effective range of 41.9, which is also quite far. But if you're taking account, he is firing on in an arc like so. It it does make sense that it has 45 range, but because it has an arc, so yeah. But you still can shoot it from this far because it's a homing type, but it doesn't show you the effective range. But anyway, who shot rockets from this far anyway? For 45. Yep. Still hits. And the best thing is you have two of them, so if you're running out one of them, you can switch to the other one. So next is his cluster bazooka. So here's the thing about the cluster bazooka. It spreads like a shotgun, as you can see there. And it's very good for a close range combat like so. Or, well, that's one of them, and the other point is it acts like anti-air cannon, like a flak cannon from German. So yeah, it will spread before reach its target, I believe. Yep. So yeah, you in this kind of range you'll be guaranteed to hit your enemies most of the time. And even in the further range, like 35. Yeah, I believe it's 35. You'll still hit them because it spreads, and most of the time the flyers get easily crippled with these shots, which is the thing that I really like about it. So, well, I don't really use his cluster bazooka before, but when I started to use it, I kinda like it a lot because it acts like an anti-air weapon, purely so. And let's talk about his core, the Giganberg core. Part 1, his sub-weapon. So his weapon is pretty much like a blast tap. You'll do this. That's one of them. And I believe you can change the direction, like Asuka. Let me try it here. Yep. But it doesn't seem to deal any damage for some reason. Or maybe it's like a melee type attack. Yep. It has to hit the enemy with his body to deal damage, unlike blast tap that Asuka does. Which is kind of pointless for me because I think it's the best way to use this sub weapon is for escaping or evading enemy fire. So for example, if you have anyone shooting from the front, you can dodge it pretty fast. So like so. And it pushes you quite far, which is a pretty good thing. So okay, that's all of his visible equipment on the equipment. Oh god, I just screwed that up kind of. So okay then, now let's proceed to his shift action. His shift action is one of my favorite of all Lloyds currently that I have. So when you press shift, you'll basically turn into a shelling mode, or sort of. Well, I just call it a shelling mode because I watch too much Giganberg now. So transform, and now he has a giant rail cannon on top of his head because, well, it's a robot and you have to try to cramp it on somewhere, right? So yeah. And you can transform back immediately, but if you do that, you'll have to wait before you get back in this form again. So it's basically an artillery mode, and I don't recommend you to use the targeting system like this because, oh yeah, also he's moving very slowly right now because he's in shelling mode, as I said, and he can jump, he can do dash action, but you still can use his core to use it, and it also gives a small explosion like Asuka's blast tap. Now, here's the thing about his core. You can't use this auto aim or this aiming system because it will fall short. Well, actually it still compensates like World of Tanks does, but I don't really recommend it because you're on a long range shot, but you know, this is one of those things that is better on the manual aim, like non-targeting mode. So let's see. It doesn't show you the stats, but I averagely deals around 60 damage most of the time, and the after explosions has around 13 to 15 damage usually. So yeah, it has a range of 59.7, which is the furthest of all type that I have right now. So let's try shoot it with the targeting mode. See, the after explosion deals 14 damage there. But if you're depending on that kind of shot too much, you cannot shoot from behind the cover because This is the biggest advantage of him. If you have friends on Discord or Skype that can talk to you to confirm your enemy positions, you can basically use the non-target and start firing kind of blindly from back here and shoot from behind the cover. See what I mean? I believe you can't do that because the targeting system doesn't allow the come on now. This is thing very slow. The targeting system can still see it, but after a while it's gone. See what I mean? So you can't really depend on it too much. Let's try firing. And you can fire. You cannot fire from behind the cover. So that's one of his advantage. So yeah, it has 3 shots, but you don't really have to hold the fire button, the left mouse button to be more specific, because it has a delay almost the same as his reload. So let's see here, if I fire, we'll try to compare it here. So let's just do the non-targeting one. See how fast the delay between the reload and the weapon delay there. And if you try to hold your left mouse button, you'll be at a disadvantage because it doesn't matter at all, but you'll get reduced ammo there. You have one less ammunition from your fire because you are trying to hold your mouse button, like so, because it doesn't reload. See, almost as long as holding the left mouse button, but yeah, there's that. Now, I think that's all his equipment, so let's talk about his tactic. So let's get back to his normal form. It will take some time, but you can do pretty much like a normal light does. So I believe you might want to use his rocket pod to distract enemies for a while you're not transforming, or you just want to keep moving while firing in the front line. Well, that if you choose so. And it is more effective if you're in this sort of range because it arcs doesn't do a direct shot, so you'll miss if you're too close like that. So yeah, keep that in mind. You have to have a good range to be able to hit the enemies. Also, if you're behind cover, you can sneak some shots like so. So well, it won't hit all, not all of them gonna hit, but you'll be safe behind the cover like so. Just make sure you update the enemy positions like so, so you don't lose your auto aim reticle. So you'll be safe most of the time. So other things you'll use is his burst cluster bazooka. This is most of the time will be more effective against a flyer type. I don't know, it's easier to say flyers. And it has quite a fast rate of fire there. So you can basically kill a fly type a lot more faster than the others. As long as you have the range, of course. And also you can use it as a shotgun based weapon if you are close enough, which is a pretty scary one, obviously. And the Giganberg core, the sub weapon is can be used for escaping or just basically hitting like that if you chose to. But we are talking about a long range weaponry here, so we don't really use that much aside from escaping. And then his shift action, that's and try not to use the targeting system while transforming because that's gonna happen because it counts as an attack button. So now, while using his while okay then. So while you're in the shelling mode, I recommend you to shoot from behind a cover or higher ground also because you can use jump at all. Now, if you can hear it, I'm trying to press press the space button, but it doesn't do anything. Also, any cartridge that will have you that has I forgot what it says, but that do some dashing action will not be available into this one. Yes, I have a dash action cartridge right now, but I can't use it in this mode. So one of the best strategies in Prime Lich or Master Lich, you can in one of the desert map, you can use the cover near your base, basically protecting the base at the same time while you're trying to shoot at them. You can just shoot from there and adjust a little bit every time you shoot. Yeah, it's kind of broken and at some maps, but it's very conditional. But at other times, you can just use it. But keep in mind, you're very slow in this form, so you may want to transform if you are done with your business or if you see a threat. For example, if you're getting chased down by a Hecatotals, yeah, that one fortress with that one offer fortress, which is very dangerous to his existence. You have to transform before you got shut down by fortress class most of the time. Well, not really most of the time, but any other light that can move faster than you will be a very dangerous species. Will be a huge threat. Like even this cannonballer, that will be a trouble. So yeah. So one other strategy is to use his blast step. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna call it blast step as well because when in this shelling mode you'll have the explosion like so. But I don't think it deals any damage. Let's get a little bit closer here. This is awkward. So blast step. Yeah, it deals some damage and wow, it deals almost the same as his firing gun. Yep, it's a small explosion of the rail cannon. So there is the strategies, I believe. My final thought is this thing is pretty good if the conditions are met. Well, every other Lloyds also has that same, but I find out this is one of the more interesting one because you're pretty much like a Bastion in his tank form. except it's slower, and you're using an artillery mode, well, a self-propelled gun, which is really annoying if you have played World of Tanks. But luckily this one doesn't have that kind of vision. You have to manually aim. So yeah, it's a pretty good light, if I have to say it. And well, it's well, it's not very versatile, but you still can use it probably. And I suggest you to put any type of melee weapon on his I mean on his free hands right now. Like mine is mostly I don't have any melee type weapon on his left hands because well I don't really use any other external weapon right now. But if you try to put a main weapon on his free hands, you can't use it because it already has a limit of 4. So you have to use something else that counts as a sub weapon. So I guess that's pretty much wraps it up then. So I hope you find this review a lot more useful for most of you. Okay, so as usual, the closer. If you find this video is useful or you just pretty much like what I'm doing here, please hit the like button as usual. And if you just strike off, doesn't like it, or you just hate it for some reason, or hate me for some reason, you can press the dislike button. And if you want to see more of my content, you can press the subscribe button right under my channel's name. So I guess that's it then. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one later. How did I miss that? Wow.